All right, so it looks like Team On It is going to be back up here on table 6 versus Lucky Charms. That's going to be a 4-3 race. Just waiting for the players to get ready and lag here. While they're doing that, shout out, do a sponsor shout out here. We are at Chinook Winds Casino and Resort in Lincoln City, Oregon. They are our host venue and sponsor of this event. We appreciate all they do for pool in the Pacific Northwest. This great conference space upstairs where we're situated. 64 pool tables, a bar, snack bar. Got 7 or 8 vendors in here. It's just a cool setup. And also thanks to Bigglebox for the logistics of getting the room set up for this event and torn down. Now that's a lot of work with getting these tables moved in and out of the venue, as well as the scaffolding and lighting that gets installed. And for running the Lincoln City Open as well. With that said, thank you to Q-Tech for sponsoring that Open tournament event that's running alongside this. That was a $2,000 added event. There is a link to the digital pool online bracket for that Lincoln City Open if you're interested. I posted that in the Weekender Scotch all day live stream chat channel. You can scroll back and find that. And of course, a big thank you to Boomer and the Opal APA franchise for bringing me out here for the last 3 events to provide this stream for everybody at home and for players to go back and watch their matches later. And if you can, it's much appreciated if you share that link to your social media or with your pool playing friends. Let them know that we've got this free live stream. As I mentioned earlier, so this is the semifinal. We'll have the final after, actually probably another semifinal after this, because the other kind of half of the board leading up to the finals is a little behind. But this is a semifinal match. This is a the loser of this will finish tied 3rd through 4th, and the winner will advance to play in the final. So we still got plenty of pool going on for a bit tonight, and then we'll be back tomorrow probably around between 11 and noon for the semifinals and finals of the 3-person team event that started yesterday. And that's been running as well all day on the far end of the room. So heck yeah. Also hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, get notified whenever I'm out here for the APA event and when I stream the Northwest Women Pool Association event, events that I do throughout the year, their Pacific Northwest tour, which is a great event to watch. Get to see some of the best female players in the region. Kickoff tour stop for that. It's the last weekend of April, so yeah, hit that subscribe button, get notified, so you don't miss an event. All right, looks like Lucky Charms won the lag. It's made a ball in the break here. They have made stripe. The APA league set rules: you take what you make. So you make a stripe or a solid, you are that, unless you make at least one of each, and then the table remains open until you make one of the groups by itself. Let's say you made a stripe and a solid on the break. You shoot a solid, but also knock in a stripe at the same time. The table could remain open. It's wild. Did not get a look at the score sheet when it came over, so we got Sarah and Gia on team on it. I am not, do not know the two ladies that make up Team Lucky Charms. When I get a second, step away, or my commentating cohort comes back, I'll get those names. Not a whole lot going on the solid balls here. It looks like maybe the 4 ball is about the only real shot that Sarah has. Which, if you can let it go into the stack and open up the stack. She has done, and it worked out really well. So all she could do is take the table gave her, and the table is giving them more. Play the 2 or the 5. Don't really like the 5 as you're going into balls. The 2, you're also going into balls, but you have a lot less angle. So you could possibly nip off the 13 ball to get on the 1 ball. You know, the angle looks like there's a lot. Oh, and she's miscued. Yeah, from across the table where I'm sitting, the angle was not as steep on that 2 ball as it looks on in the live stream or on the video feed. The Tournament of the Gods maybe just wrapped, or it's nearly wrapped up over there. A lot of people milling around at this point. Getting a little louder, a little rowdy at the end of the night. Saturday night here in Lincoln City at the casino. It's good effort. Hoping to maybe just rub the 6 out of the way. Well, this is tough. To make the ball, but getting on something after this is not going to be easy. Go. Well, maybe there's enough of. I think there's enough for the 13 here. Sorry, I had somebody dropping in the booth asking if I needed anything. I didn't quite see how the miss worked out there. One problem for on it is going to be this 6 ball. Looks like there could maybe be cut up in that upper left corner if you get out from behind the 13. No option. Maybe you could drop in the side, but that pocket gets really tight at that angle. Oh, and she's got a hold of the ball, I think. I think she was just trying to pull back maybe an inch or two. Gia might be able to back cut this into the upper left through that gap there. Looks like maybe there's just enough room. Good effort with what she had there. Just overcuts it a little bit. Tough ball to judge. Mostly because coming across the face of it, gets some collision-induced throw that ends up pushing the ball kind of away from the pocket. Need to err ever so slightly on overcutting it. And with that, it's easy to overcut it too much. Great shot from Sarah. Definitely a pressure shot because it was the only shot on the table she could really see. I know the two ball was right there. Two ball, all you could really do was just you could use it to play safe, but wasn't easy to hide the cue ball. So good aggressive offensive shot there. Problem here is going to be 12 balls obstructing the two. So you have to get underneath it now or clear that 12 out of the pocket. The only other option I could see to deal with the two is to try and follow it in after the 12, but shot's touchy. For not to have to shoot that shot unless it's your only option.
DP Cantu and Charlie Roberts on table 4. DP Cantu and Charlie Roberts on table number 4. Steve McLean and Matt Schoenberg on table number 10. Steve McLean and Matt Schoenberg on table number 10.
Now doing about all she could do there.
Dan Lee on table 36.
Dave Chelsea and Dan Louie on table 36. Then Leo Ott and Renat Valvoline on table number 38.
Leo and Renat on table number 38.
On table number 38. Marvin and Maddie at table 43. Marvin and Maddie at table 41.
All right. So we did just make the ball. See what Sarah's plan is here. I suspect she's just going to try and roll the two ball and take out the ball in the pocket. And hopefully leave it there, but that's tricky. If you're not dead into that ball, it goes up the rail like that. And, well, ball and jaws. Players struggle with this because they don't practice it. They take it for granted. So often you see players struggling, trying to figure out how to move from this to a ball. I think about all it could do is maybe like a half ball hit on this. I didn't think she was obstructed from where I was looking over here, so I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that that was an intentional defense, which I think is smart, especially if you're not sure what the outcome of your shot's gonna be with all those balls kind of down there together.
Alex,
And it's worked out really good.
any tournaments?
Gia can't go rail first here. She can't one rail kick at it. Might be able, if she can miss the 8 ball and go into the right side rail just before the pocket and make sure not to hit the point on the way out. Well, it's another intentional foul. Just move a ball away. And she's confirming she's got ball in hand here.
Brandon H. Julia to table 25.
All right, they're gonna take a little timeout. Come up with a plan. They're wanting to break that ball. I think that's too much angle. Unless she intentionally wants to go through the gap. Wants her to go through the gap and leave her to play the ball hanging and open up the 13 ball. But yeah, my concern is that that's too steep of an angle. You're probably going into the 8 ball maybe. It's hard to say. Well, she's gonna make the ball though. That's one way to do it. Probably not what she wanted. Now they got a really tough shot on the 13. Safety's kind of tough either because you could potentially, because you kind of want to go off the right side of the ball here and send the cue ball over to the other right side, but you could unintentionally punt it right in front of the side pocket. Speed's not bad. I don't think it's cuttable, back cuttable from there. Crossbank's a little risky because you're running into the 13 or you're going into the rail in between the 13, which could potentially scratch. But yeah, if she wants to cross this back at her, I would probably play this a little bit lower. Oh, she did try and back cut that. That was tough. There was not a lot of ball there to do that. Yeah. Good luck. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel free to come up here. Yeah. You learn quick what the red slash through the mic button means. All right, good luck, Jeff. All right, buddy Jeff Hayes popped up here to see what the setup looks like.
And then Scott Barnard and Randy Baker on table 45. Scott Barnard and Scott
Both teams not having any luck with that side pocket there in the left rail. You gotta be careful here. You can cut it up to the upper left, but it's easy for the cue ball to follow. And maybe she might try and play safe. Just try and stick the cue ball above the.
Yeah, because I was like, that's the first lag I've gotten all day.
Gonna get maybe a good roll. No. There's going to be a shot inside here. Almost. Almost got a jelly roll and stuck that cue ball right on the side of the 13. Should be able to just roll this on the side, maybe elevate a hair just to stop it. Now it looks like barring strangely here, though, the cue ball is on the rail. It does increase the difficulty of this hair. Luckily, you're not shooting like full table or anything. It's fairly close to the pocket. Charms, potential to draw first blood here. Oh no. It's just something about breaking on the rail that really strangely increases the difficulty of a shot. And been a lot of bodies in this room today. Pockets are playing a little sticky if you don't hit center pocket. All right. Looks like Sarah and Gia are going to survive a little scare in this first rack. All right, on it has eliminated that one game handicap they were giving up to Lucky Charms. Both teams basically racing to even race to 3 now. Head ball break. Got a stripe going. That upper right, I think, is where I saw it. Looks like 14 ball down. On it will be stripes. Gia staring a stripe straight into the pocket here. Let's roll it forward, leave Sarah for the 15, probably. She's overhit it a hair. Just misjudged that speed a little bit.
All right, David Wagner and David Underco on table number 12. Wagner and David on table number 12.
No, she may. I think she still has enough of the ball. All right, what's happening with these solid balls? Like the 4's only thing out in the open for the Lucky Charms. All right, opens the balls up a little bit. Leaves a little bit of an awkward back cut on the not the 14, the 12 ball. just because the cue ball's on the rail. Maybe the 2 was a little in the way. Well, 5 is playable on the side. 3 is a little too steep into the left side, unless that was the only shot you had. And even then, you'd probably prefer shooting it all the way up. A little too soft. So no rail. Something after the cue ball contacts the object ball, something has to hit a rail. So any other object ball on the table or the cue ball, or a ball has to go in the pocket. Otherwise, it is ball in hand. Anybody who may not be familiar with the rules that's watching, I guess it's that most everybody tuned in is, but you never know. I like to make sure everybody in the audience understands what's happening. Sarah wisely dealing with this 15 ball. It's going to be nearly impossible to get on otherwise. I think the 9 ball is going to be the biggest problem here to getting out in this inning. It's the only real pocket it has. No, I hope Gia wasn't just the table across the way. Hop the cue ball off the table. I hope that was not a distraction to Gia while she's down her shot. Should be able to just roll forward, leave her for the 1 ball. It's a little heavy on the speed. Would have been nice to have been straight in on the 1, so you can just pop the 1 and be on the 2. Now you got a back cut that doesn't really get you position on anything easily. Maybe the 2 ball, if you can hold it out of that right-hand side rail just below the side pocket. Otherwise, your only real option is to risk 3-6, which you really prefer not to shoot a combo if you don't have to. Hit it good. Hit it like that. Don't matter. Good recovery. Just looking at playing the 6 in the upper right corner, which I like that. That 1 was weirdly going to be not an easy ball. And luckily, the table led to that position off the combo. 2 does go underneath the 11. So just have to cut it in. Let the cue ball go to the side rail. You got to manage the speed because you want to land in the wedge behind the 8 ball that is the zone that you can shoot this 8 ball down at the lower left. Hit it really well. It's exactly where you want to be. It actually worked out going above the side pocket. Is you're coming into a bigger part of the zone, whereas if our cue ball had gone below the side pocket, you're rolling across the narrower part of the zone. So it's easy to get one side of the 8 ball or other. And if it's not, we'll cut. So this is going to be nearly straight in. Chance for Lucky Charms. Get on the board. Oh no. I hope the hung 8 ball from the previous rack wasn't in the back of her mind shooting that. It happens sometimes. Just need to push those thoughts aside.
Solo, Sean Miller on table number 8. Neil Ward and Nate Senvick on table number 37. Neil Ward and Nate Senvick on table 37. And then Stan Torrego and Jeff Jimenez on table 46.
The one rail is here.
46.
Key here is you really want to make sure you hit the ball, if anything.
Scotch match. A bit is a bit. Big pocket. Big pocket. Bet. Table 5. Stan and Jeff over to the mini tournament.
Yeah, not giving up ball in hand there was really important, especially with the way that the 11, 12 are sitting. You really need to be on the left side of the table here. With ball in hand, it would have been easy to solve. So like Gia's gonna swing at this back cut on the 11 ball. Maybe assessing blocker balls if she wanted to play safe. All right, I think the plan here is to bank the 9 ball back at the same pocket the cue ball's in front of. Okay, so Mercero is pointing on the rail and addressing the tangent line.
Table 26. First thing pile F. Table 26.
We made it. All right, sorry. A couple players asked me questions about streaming tomorrow and a couple other things. Yeah, now, actually, in retrospect, because I did see Sarah, not at the tangent line, but had originally kind of put her hand over by where the cue ball is. So I think, in retrospect, that was not an attempt to put the 9 in front of the pocket, but just to put the cue ball in the one spot where the 8 is blocked by that cluster of the 11 and 12, which it appears that worked out very well. So good timeout. For this, I wouldn't go all in on. Just want to roll it. Oh no. The same pocket that she had that 8 ball stand up in before. Sarah's gonna have to look at going all in on a bank here. Or is this 12 ball cuttable? Maybe just trying to bank it in the way, I think. Smart. Good shot. A little risky, but high reward getting the cover there. Is she gonna go one rail up and down? Actually, from that position, I don't mind the one rail. That's pretty easy to judge. Either you want to go a little bit long, rail first, or a little bit shy, so you're only catching about half the 8 ball. She's done long though. Yeah, based on where it was over on the rail, she needed to aim to the left of that middle diamond up there on the top rail. I personally think I like taking the 10 ball first here. It's gotten a little high up the table. Should be in Sarah's wheelhouse though. Although maybe she's... I guess they're gonna try and play back in on the 10 ball. Just gonna overroll it a hair. The bright side is that the natural angle of this cut is taking the cue ball back up for the 11. As long as Gia doesn't hit this too hard. Play this with too much speed, you can 2 rails back out, and well, she drew it. That was risky. Well, that was risky. All right. On it. Gonna go up 2-0. Gonna be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow for the Lucky Charms. Dropping these first two racks after having, excuse me, having to go at the 8 ball both
Oh.
both racks. Hung the 8 ball up in the same pocket twice.
Ooh. That's but I was in line for my sandwich for
A very long time.
a very long time.
Yeah, I don't feel like the sandwich line moves that fast.
It
Even when just the two of us,
yeah.
you were like nearly half done with your sandwich before I was even paying for mine.
Solid hit. Nothing down.
Yeah, the real unfortunate part in that last rack is Lucky Charms actually had 4 goes at the 8 ball.
Ooh.
First one out in the open, they had to kick at it, and then they had where it got hung up in the same pocket the second time. She nearly kicked it in. It just rolled up and hung. And then Sarah and Gia got ball in hand off the last kick of the 8 ball and got away with it a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, we got a
Jiggling camera.
yeah.
But, you know, if you get out, regardless of your positional errors, is it wrong?
Did we come to an agreement on that?
Oh, we forgot to ask Brookman while he was here.
I thought we asked him yesterday. Over.
We asked him in the chat.
Yeah.
I think, yes. Brookman's assessment,
It's still
wrong.
It's still wrong. But, you know, a couple months from now, no one's going to remember that.
No.
Let's try.
So yes, file H 47, file H 47. From H in E 49, from Ida 49, Jeff K and Ty Brown 48.
That's
Jeff K and
tequila I
Ty,
missed out on.
Oh, Jeff Hayes was up here.
Oh.
He got called to a match, but yes, he was hovering around with his tequila over there.
James Pittman, David David Denton to table number 31, please.
Oh boy, I'm starting to fade a little bit. It's getting about that the witching hour.
On table 31, please.
Yeah, I've only been here since 1.
Yeah. Not even 12 hours yet.
Ah, it's a cool security guard, dude.
Little gap there. Okay, a little twofer there.
Well, she probably would have liked that one ball to
One of them to hang up in the
Yeah,
pocket.
yeah.
They both went
Yeah.
right in the middle.
Yeah, I think they're all laughing about it.
Yeah. Well, I look at that caramel on one ball was pretty dead set.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't see the other one, but
No.
I don't
Looked like-
think Sarah got. I think she was going offensive there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It looked it looked very much like a straight pull shot. So either failed to manage one of them or did not expect the other one to threaten the pocket.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum. Looking at the 7 ball here. Opens up the 2, pretty good. Um, so if Gia's gonna look at this bank, if I was Sarah, I might take a timeout just to make sure she aims it a little long, plays it off the 3 ball into the side. That 3-10's a problem, and you don't really have a way to solve it. And if you can bank the 6 into the 3, 6 is gonna go on the side. 3 is gonna push the 10 out of the way and probably come out to the table a little bit. All right. So she was just looking at it just to play safe. Just say, hey, our ball's tied up, your ball's tied up with it.
Keep this game going.
Why don't you have a stab at it?
Well, I did like that. Bank into the 3. Bank the 6 up the 3.
The one I was just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to be offensive about it, because otherwise your only real option right now is to try and bait your opponents into doing something about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Which, yeah, and so that might just be a case of let's keep this game going until
someone runs out of options.
yeah.
Or comes up with a good safety.
Yep.
That's
And
a
Lucky
roll.
Charms are like, okay, your turn.
We can play this game if
Yeah.
you want to.
Yep.
Hi, getting 14 times. 40.
What kind of sandwich did we get today?
Yeah, I went back with the old Italian.
Sticking with the Italian, huh?
It was pretty good. Bread is fresh out of the fridge.
Yeah.
It's a little cold.
Yeah, considering they close at midnight, I can't imagine the bread is coming out hot. So I assume you did not go with toasted again.
No. I don't like my Italians toasted.
Although even then, I feel like it probably wouldn't be underneath on that conveyor belt long enough to even heat through the bread anyways. Just melt some cheese maybe. Because I did go with the toasted and it was not very toasty.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, Okay, here they go.
Triple H, can I see our little H? Triple H? Triple H?
Boy, I don't know how I feel about that.
Not, not stoked on it.
Because it doesn't do much for your ball.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't leave them much of anything, your ball is still kind of.
It's still a little iffy.
And you've opened up the 3 ball.
Yeah. But didn't leave much of a shot.
Yeah, I mean that's the upside. Yes, is you didn't leave much of a shot, but even getting back to the table, if they don't make the ball, you still can't really do much with this 10. I mean, I guess maybe you can go into the 3 again and push the 3, try and push the 3 out of the way. Ooh, man, that would have been a good try. Well, you can bank the 10 here, and I think with the way the solids are laying, it's probably time to go offensive.
Yeah.
I am down, go to 52. I am down to 52. 52.
The number of costumes for this Tournament of the Gods is pretty silly. Particularly, I feel like some people bring their own costumes just to play in it.
Yeah, I think the last time I was here, it seemed like a lot more.
A lot more cosplay.
Yeah.
Well, because I saw a couple come in, what was it, yesterday or the day before, in like their pajama, like animal jammies, and I was like, what's this about? Because I forget about this thing. No, gotta get on the 2 ball here.
Yep.
It requires being on the right side of the table.
I think just drawing underneath the.
That,
I
or you
think.
have to come all the way down to the lower left so you can.
Yeah, and I think Sarah would be more capable of that.
Is that 8 ball past the 15? My angle of the pocket looks a little small.
It's got 3/4 of a pocket.
3/4.
Yeah.
Is she gonna go between the rail and the 10?
Sarah was pointing at doing a follow 2 rails, which I
I don't.
feel like
I
it's
don't.
really hard to judge.
Well, yeah, but no. Okay.
Well,
I would have been scared of running into the 10 ball.
yeah, well, that's why I like using draw to get there.
Yeah.
Because that's you hit that real thick and then just drop but in that gap there. Well, the follow you have to hit it real perfect.
I mean, I understand the 2 rail. It didn't get there to play it into the right side.
Well, she was
pocket,
still
but-
trying to go between the 10 and the rail.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought initially when you. Oh,
What?
oh, that went right. I did not think that went there.
I didn't think it went there either.
Well, that kind of changes like the dynamic of like maybe what the objective should have been there then.
Yeah.
What, like a sudden rush to sign up for minis? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Cross bank into the upper right. Ticky off underneath, but that doesn't go.
That doesn't go.
I mean, I'm sure that there is a top level player out there that could probably make it go, but
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I see is crossing it and trying to go. Just trying to push it in front of the pocket, I think.
Yep.
Well, she tried to draw and hold underneath that ball. Maybe tried to go into it. Partner's got to bank it or take a long cut. Could just roll at that 15 ball. You could roll at it softly, just so it stays kind of down there on the rail, takes away the bank. I mean, that's the easiest, simplest safety play I see.
Are you trying to put the 15 between the cue ball and the 8? Or are you just trying to.
That seems risky to me. I would just try and like roll and tap the 15 to the rail so that you still take away the bank.
Ray, Candy, Ron, Charlie, pick up on the two.
Now clearly they were playing to make it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's getting late. You've been playing all day. Like, you know, you got to shoot balls in the pocket. You know, you got to try. Once again, shout out to Chinook Winds Casino Resort, host venue and sponsor for this APA Regional 8-ball tournament. We've got at least one more match after this, the finals of the Weekender Scotch. And then we'll be back tomorrow for the three-man team semifinals, and then that three-person team finals match. So we got two matches tomorrow, at least one more tonight. And we'll call it a week after that. For the time being, thank you for tuning in. Thanks for subscribing to the channel, sharing the stream, making other people aware that we are out here in Lincoln City, streaming some free pool to be viewed on the YouTubes. What is that? Quarters?
Down there on the.
Yeah, just leave them there on the edge. I'll keep an eye out. And I could try to cut that. All right, on it, gonna come to the table, shooting solids. We're lost and found again.
Oh yeah, definitely our job.
I mean, granted, I guess they were just sitting on the edge down there, and the guy tried to hand them to me. I'm like, I don't want to roll of quarters.
I wonder if it was.
I figured might as well just leave them here since whoever left them will probably come back for them. Well, looks like Term of the Gods is done.
What a hoot!
A hootenanny.
It's a real hootenanny.
There were hijinks to be had over there.
More like high drinks.
Yeah, I like the description. It's safe for work safe. And yet it was then described as drinking and hijinks. All right, I believe that we've lost Gia, so I think we're just waiting for her to come back. I'm assuming that she ran to the restroom. Have you looked at the open bracket, see who's still rolling?
I have not.
I mean, I assume the usual suspects are still in.
Yeah, probably. I don't think any real monsters have run into each other yet.
I mean, Jeff and Stan got called, but they never even made it to their table. They came walking back by, so either they decided to, I don't know, play it tomorrow,
Can they do that?
or they just flipped a coin. I mean, Danny's still here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like he's just walking around. Oh, looks like maybe he's signing up for a mini.
That'd be rude. I think he's probably just checking the status of the bracket.
Yeah.
All right, Gia's back. Oh,
Barnabas Gay.
just cut it a little bit on the right side. It looked nearly straight. Yep. Definitely stunned to the right. teammate. So I'm pretty sure they did put one of the other matches over here on table 5. And we should be rolling here right through the end. Yeah. Well, I thought maybe we were going to get done early enough to go clubbing tonight over at the club.
No, I'm good.
I don't think we're going to make it.
No. I think I might pass out as soon as we get back to the hotel again.
Oh, yeah, I'm losing steam fast. Hard to imagine being here since 9 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
playing pool. Hi.
Looking like the bank. But safety as a secondary idea. Make a cut at the 11 ball here. Nice. Oh, come on. Bounce out of there a little bit. It's a bit unlucky to not get shape on that 11 ball next. So leaves another long, tough shot. On the, well, maybe they did get there. Wouldn't be surprised if see this hit the short rail. Oh, no, plenty of room. Alright, so maybe the 1 ball. I know the 7 is super tempting, but the 1 ball, that's probably the correct shot right here. Yeah, and just the other issue with that 7 is like you can't try to hold it for anything. Like that's basically if you play it slow, that's basically where you're gonna land. So you could play that 7 ball with a little bit of speed. You can come back and have another shot at it, or have a shot at something else, like maybe the 1 in the side. But Sarah hits a nice shot, almost makes it. But didn't leave much. Playing the bank. Banking the 15 doesn't really get you anywhere. Stopping, making their 6 doesn't really help. Banking the 14 would have worked. Yeah, I like that. No.
Well, that was random.
Who's that?
Friends from Portland
Oh,
who were, well, my friend Sarah and her partner and her sister Heather. Apparently, they were coming out here anyway, and she saw my Instagram post of from up here of the picture of the room and everything.
Oh, no
Like,
way.
Tyrell's at the casino. We should go find him and say hi. It's like she started talking to me, and I took the headset off. She's like, "Wait, are you in the middle of a broadcast?" I'm like, "I mean, like, you work in like radio and stuff. Like, you know what a headset means." No, but that's fun. That was nice.
Oh, wild.
Yeah. All right, where are we at here?
They're solids.
That's right.
I mean, I'm crashing into it. Rails.
I like. I mean, I'm about to say it's a shame that they had the one balls there, because I think the 3 may go on the side if the 1 wasn't there.
It doesn't.
Oh, I suppose you have a better angle. I
Yeah.
can't really see the tangent line on it from where I'm sitting. It looks better from right where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's fair. Because on the monitor it doesn't look like it goes, but like looking across it looked
Yeah.
different. Isn't that fun not being at the table? You're like, doesn't it?
Whoop. Whoop. A little bumpy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough trying to get back in position sometimes.
But cross bank.
Yeah.
Go for a little safety play.
A little containment, yeah.
What's your favorite shot right here?
You said it was my favorite shot or her favorite shot?
Your favorite shot.
Oh, yeah.
1,000%. No way you can miss.
I mean, she gets it. Workman sure doesn't.
Table one, table one, table one.
All right, then go.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to say that she's fortunate not to scratch there.
Yeah.
I think it would have maybe been big trouble were their hopes here had she.
He's number 2, single elimination.
Race to 2.
Still, it's getting late, everyone. So get your tournament going and get out of here.
Matt K and Amy, 62. Kyle Philhill, 63.
Yeah, right here.
Told you somebody'd be back for it.
I was pretty sure it was her.
So does that count as 2 lost and found visits? Somebody turned it in and somebody collected it?
No, it counts as
Just a friendly reminder that you lock people who belong to the mini table. If you like to practice, please come up and talk to us at the mini desk. We know that you're using them.
Oh, snap.
Snap. Ooh, nice try.
No.
Didn't want to break that out.
Yeah. She had the same reaction.
Yeah.
The moans, no.
Why me? Name that figure skater.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Okay. I thought that was a side because you didn't remember her name.
No, I was. That's right in my wheelhouse of like generational pop culture. I was very much alive.
And very into figure skating for some reason.
Because the
The
woman,
whole
the-
Tanya Harding,
yeah.
Nancy Kerrigan.
I mean, how could you not? We had Tanya. We had Tanya who need capped her, so why wouldn't we be into figure skating leading up to it? Man, that was crazy stuff.
Yeah. All right, name the boyfriend.
Oh, I can't remember that third's name. Can you?
G something G's Kevin G. Good. Come on, chat room. Reload.
The G's right.
You just gonna leave me hanging like that?
Well, his name wasn't Geoff. It was Jeff.
Jeff. Oh, okay. Wait, no, I can do it now. No, I give up.
Yeah, it's good. Galooly.
Galooly, yeah.
I forgot that they were married. I feel like I'm not the only one starting to fade. I feel like it's getting late for everybody.
Yeah. The drowsy eyes around the room.
Well, just that, like, a little bit of a too thin, too soft of a shot on the floor ball that's sitting right in front of the pocket from Sarah there.
Nice shot. And here's one that if you just trust the angles and trust where you're hitting it, you
Going to the rail forward and come back out.
3 rails.
Oh, the 3 rail. Oh, sure. Okay.
You're coming directly at the 8 ball. I think it looks a little weird on the screen, but from this angle over here, you can just overcut that ball, let the cue ball go 3 rails, and you're going straight at the 8 ball. Just gotta trust your ball pocketing and your speed.
Well, there's looking.
instead of, you know, like
Yeah.
trying to rely on a super accurate draw stroke.
Right. Yeah.
And yeah, this, that what they're talking about also works.
Well, it's not a amateur pool tournament if somebody doesn't just come like walking right through the middle of the match.
There's clearly designated playing areas.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing, you should not be there. Yeah, well, that's the problem with that.
Yeah. Problem with it's also kind of a trust your that as long as you don't aim straight up to follow it in, it's like, you know, not even 3/4 of a ball. It's like 7/8 of a ball hit, and that comes straight back out. But people are so scared of following it in, they end up doing like 3/4, half ball hit, and that ends up taking that big angle. But yeah, I like your 3 rails.
Oh, what an effort.
That pocket has been the bane for them with the 8 ball.
Man,
It was a good try.
that was a fairly, really good try.
I mean, I know, yeah, it's like the score line doesn't show it right now, but like Lucky Charms have been pretty much on the 8 ball first every
Mhm.
rack, and just have, either had a little bit of a tough 8 ball or just unfortunate sticking in the pocket.
Mhm. Maybe right into the rail.
All right, well, uh, one's coming back to the Lucky Charms here. Well, unfortunately, she is waiting for the player on the table directly to the left of the screen here. He's trying to line up a shot, getting a little iced. What she needs to do is not think about the 8 balls that she's hung and just roll this in. All you gotta do is just tap it in. All right. Lucky Charms on the board. Still got a little bit of a hill to climb. Still needing 2 games on it, on the hill, only needing 1 game. Well, trying to go for the second ball break. Maybe get the 8 ball. And got the reverse of that. Made the cue ball on it. Gonna start off with Ball in hand in the kitchen. Well, I was about to say, Sarah should know better. I know Sarah plays in multiple leagues. Two that shall not be named that are not APA, so do understand that sometimes it's hard to keep the rules straight for each particular one when they're slightly different.
Tavis, Wagner, and Tom Miller to
Wagner
Wagner.
and Sean Miller to table 14.
Well, ball's nestled up a little unkindly. Fortunately, you're running into stuff. Don't always know what the outcome's going to be. I do think that the 12 ball still goes though, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. 15 does pass the 2 into that lower left corner. As well as the 12 if need be.
Ooh. Rush that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Took it for granted.
You gotta show the side some love.
Yeah, that's like
3 Weather Cove, Team McLean, Table 8.
Playing table 8.
Well, the room finally starting to thin out a little bit.
getting a little chilly in here now.
Yeah, I know. Well, you just ate a big old sandwich, so all the blood's probably rushing to your gut, leaving your brain and extremities.
Lacking.
Yes.
Well. Good shot. Almost hit that 4-7 cluster.
Clearly, Brookman's home. He wants to know what he missed.
You'll just have to watch and look, check it out, Brooklyn.
Rewind, baby. Cliff and I have both now eaten.
Mm-hmm.
Both now tired and brain dead. Oh yeah, I need to get like a cot and a nice comfy pad and like a lap monitor screen that I can just like.
Put
Ooh,
in
I do have some of those AR or VR XR glasses. I could just like lay on my cot, headset on, and
well, then why even be in the room? Why not be in the comfy bed at the hotel?
because the computer's here, so I gotta plug the.
You can figure something out.
Yeah. It's some logistical work that
Doesn't need to be done.
no, I just too lazy to find the time to.
Now, all the balls of
Man, this table was not looking
That bad?
that bad a little bit ago, and
Yeah.
now it's just like sorry. Hit the mute button before yawning.
Yeah.
Since it's contagious, and I'm just putting the viewers at home asleep.
Yeah, really.
I'm suddenly tired. I don't understand why.
Yeah. See?
Sucker.
Oop. Oop.
All right, I got it here, and Michael C. People. 46. Marlena, Michael C. 46.
Ooh. Nice shot there. Able to follow that ball in.
Okay, fine.
Oh no. Unfortunate to have been fully hooked there. But did tie up the 13.
Man. Well, it too looks like it's got a path all the way to the pocket.
I think it goes.
Gotta make sure you get above the 4-ball though. If you want to open up the 7.
Charlie Roberts, Charlie Roberts, table 11. Table 11. Table 11. Charlie Mark, table 11.
Opted for a little safe.
That 7-ball, carry them into the side if you got like below it and weren't straight in or low angle to shoot it in the side, do you think?
No. It was an aggressive shot there.
Right, shoot the 2 and come across and open it.
Yep.
Yeah. The way she looked at it initially, I thought maybe she was thinking about it, but
Mm-hmm. All right. Marked out.
S, Caleb, S, 43.
Uh-oh, might make the 4-ball.
ooh.
Ooh.
Marlon James, yes, Marlon James, yes.
Well, I took a look when I was grabbing water. The carom is dead for either one of those balls. Those two balls that they've been avoiding. Granted, there's distance. If you hit it wrong, it might bend. But the tangent line's like part of the pocket. Just trying. Oh. I assume she was hitting that to try and float
Underneath it?
underneath it for the 7 on the side.
Yeah.
A little thick, I think. Kick carom, kick carom.
It doesn't go.
Told you I looked.
We gotta go ask him. Oh, that's what Brickman and I were saying.
Gotta go ask what?
Ask him. It's like, hey, can you give this a shot? We got a little bet going on.
We're gonna need you to try this out.
Yeah.
Apologize, whatever the outcome is.
Whatever may happen, but this is very important.
For science. Well, the cream does not go now. Randy Baker lurking around.
Oop. All right. Well, now something's gonna happen.
Carom, carom. I don't think you can get enough of the backside of it to make it go. Try and roll. Oh, okay.
Oh, hey, here you go. Snuggle up next to a different ball.
Well, can you tell though what she have the angle to
I can't see if
get to make the 2 on the side and be on the 7?
the 7 goes.
Well, either goes, or the thought process is just to stop the cue ball behind the 8 ball. So I think we're about to discover which one it is. Gia's played pretty conservative, so I'm thinking she's just gonna. Well, I don't know. I look at one camera, I'm like, oh man, it goes. Nope. All right. Put it behind the 8 ball. Like, it's one of those situations where it's really important to get the hit.
Yep.
I would focus more on anything on just making sure you hit the ball.
And
Pretty much you can just roll this and hit it from underneath, and it's you're gonna be in good shape. I don't like going that way. I mean, I'm generally pretty offensive, but in this case, I like slow kicking underneath it.
But that is a kind of a touchy shot. And doing that, I would also immediately call a ref on myself, just in case.
Just make sure you got the right rail.
Yeah.
Let's go wide. Oh. I mean, yeah, it's touchy, but like at least you hit the ball. You have I feel like the aim to hit the ball because it's not as far, you know. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, but I think that's like,
I mean, would you rather sell out with them ball in hand, or would you rather, you know, touchy, have it roll out, but they're cutting the ball from all the way on the other side of the table?
I mean,
guess is my
I
point.
think I think it's a better shot for
Right.
us.
Right. All right.
Like, it's, you know, you have to put yourself in.
I mean, I agree, but I mean, like if I was that league and one of the players was gonna one rail kick at that, I would have made them go. Like just think about how important it is to make sure you hit the ball here. Like
Right,
I don't know.
but then you're also being able to coach them at that point.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I guess
I
that's the right shot.
I'm just saying my point is if they were to go back and watch this, that like that's in the situation you're in right now is trying to look at the table and think about it's the easiest way to make sure you get a hit. You know, I guess that's just my point. I'm not trying to say like there was anything wrong with going the other way. I just felt like the percentages on the hit were a little bit better going the other way. That's all.
Mm,
Oh, okay. It's a thin cut.
yeah, and maybe one of the things they didn't see by not going to the short kick is that where the opponent's object ball was, because that's what you need, you know. Because if you're
Right. Had it been out, like had it been right in front of the pocket, it's kind of
it changes it
it's
a
a
lot.
little bit of a moot point. Yeah.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Oh, I don't know if I can't tell if she's happy or sad about making that.
I think. Yeah, I'm super confused. I'm like,
Yeah,
that was her ball. Was she trying to cut it and accidentally banked it?
no, maybe no,
No, right?
no. I just thought it was like, oh, could have been as like, I'm ready to go home now. No, no.
Oh,
The drama.
what in the world is happening? This is wild. The ups, the downs, the tears.
Ooh-wee.
Hill Thriller.
Once again, we get paid extra for that.
No, I think we're going to be here until after the bar closes. No, we're not supposed to drink while on the stream, but we might have to put a couple drinks back here for. We just line them up and knock them down as soon as we're done. Go home, go to bed. I don't know. Like I went back and watched it. I think she said something before she shot it. Makes me wonder if she was just trying to bank it and move the 8 ball out of the pocket and had no clue that maybe the ball could go behind the 8. I don't know, but it was a great shot. Like regardless.
I think the 14 will go off the 2 ball. Exactly like that.
Okay, Mr. Head, get on my camera.
I gotta. With the 13 passes, I don't think it does. Probably want to try to hit the 10.
Well, I think the advantage, even though they're leaving the table, is still in Team Onnit's favor at the moment.
Yeah. Shoot the 5-3-7. Get down on the 1.
Pocket their ball.
Pocket their ball.
I think that's a good. I think that's a good plan.
Whoop.
A little steep, but
Too hard.
I mean, you could cut it in and just come into all that stuff down there.
It's true. That
See what happens.
could make their ball and have shot on the 1
Or the 4 or the 2,
or the
depending
2.
on how you. Yeah. All right. I gotta run to the bathroom, grab us a couple coffees on the way back.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Ooh. Bumped one ball out, bumped another ball in. What a stroke. Beautiful looking stroke. We gotta get into that 6 ball as quick as you can. She's looking at banking the 3. Kind of tough, but I think that no, maybe the can't tell if the 10 ball goes. Oh, does it go off the? Yes. That was a real good try. Now the question is, does that 10 ball go from anywhere? It does. Oh, that's looking pretty good. Guess it doesn't.
I don't know why I went down there, but
Uh-oh.
just keeping it warm for you. I wanted a warm shirt. So.
Probably just spin off this 2. Try to leave it between the pocket and the 10 ball. And just send the cue ball up table. Something like that.
That's where.
She's trying to pot the. Yeah, that's a clever little shot right there.
I have interrupted everything.
Mm.
No.
Mm.
Scotch, those delights.
Felt like something warm would put me to sleep, so I got some cold brew.
Very dangerous. I think the wait, you have a better angle on the 13 than I do.
No.
No. Well, that worked out.
Man, this has turned out to be a really good match. Like, it's really coming down to the wire.
Yep. I wonder what the plan here is.
Yeah, because I swear, standing up and looking over there, that does not go. No, it absolutely does not go. So she's going to have to lay up somehow here. Keeps looking at it, though.
Oh, I'm actually getting chilly. Yeah, yeah, it's full.
You're getting calls.
Man, it was close, but
Yeah,
I mean, that's about, from what I was looking at, like if you missed the 6 ball, that was,
yeah.
but it still is kind of a little more towards the bottom of the table on that point than I thought it would go. Shows what I know. I mean, maybe that was the plan.
Yeah, I mean,
Just roll it
it
over to
does
the
kind of
pocket,
work
yeah.
out.
She gonna try and force it through there, or
Or
should
she's going all offense.
I think she's trying to cut it. Take it out or push it through.
Oh,
Or hang it up and get somewhat. What? This is wild.
it's just some insane games. Okay, kick shot that very prone to scratching. Or just get up the ball in hand. I mean, your three's blocking the other corner.
Just go off the 6 and clip it in. Maybe the 6 rolls in front of the cue ball. I mean, the one problem with that is that ball is a little deep in that pocket, so you have to play at speed where you don't follow it in, unless you just don't hope for the block and just play the combo.
Yeah, you can just play the combo.
But the 8 goes on the right side. So if you're going to play the combo, you need to move. I mean, whose shot is it next? It's Sarah's, right?
No, Sarah just gave up ball in hand.
So it'd be Gia's shot. Okay. I think I'd play the combo and just try and put it
Leave it on the end rail.
between the first and second diamond on the end rail there on the left. Little piece of lint or something.
Well, I was rubbing this
Really
napkin.
used napkin like all over your face.
Yeah.
Hot. Well, you want the bad news? I'm pretty sure that match on table 5 is a quarterfinal match.
What? So they have to play another one?
So there would be whoever wins this will have to sit and wait for,
Oh,
unless they are somehow kind and decide not to finish this tonight.
oh no. I'm not sure are they just saying let me try to make both these balls?
I mean, if that was, well, I guess if you want somebody shooting it, would probably be her.
Yeah.
But I would want to be straighter. I mean,
Yeah. I like our plan.
so what did I say? So it's Gia shooting off the rail. A lot of blue.
Are you going all the way up? Or are you going side pocket? Side pocket, sell out.
If you miss the side pocket, if you go all the way up and follow the ball, you're leaving a you're basically returning the favor to be like, here, now you shoot a hard shot.
Yeah.
I like going all the way up in this situation.
Yeah.
Even though I know that we talked about it the other night about where
you
I
don't
was
like playing for safeties?
this is different because that was a situation where yes, but it should be a high percentage shot, and I don't like playing two-way on a shot that I should just make. Whereas this, like I said, you're on the rail. We've already talked about that. You know, being jacked up or shooting on the rail. Part of it's just like, this is the best I can aim. It's gonna be in the general area. Watch her just drill it. Yeah, this is a tough shot. I don't care what anybody says. Hill, shooting this shot. My heart would be thumping.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like I said, general area, but she rolled it forward. What we were talking about. Don't sell out this way. You leave a hard shot.
The thing, like looking at the actual live table instead of the monitor, from sitting over here, look at the table, that cut doesn't look that bad.
On the 6?
Yeah.
I'm not. I mean, with the team that's up there right now, if if either one of them was one of the players in my team, I would probably advise against trying to cut it because I think we're in the who is going to get frustrated first and go offensive on a shot
But
that sells out easy.
you do that, now you're moving the 6 ball farther away from the pocket.
Oh yeah, no, I don't agree with like how the shot was executed. We didn't really get into the depth of what maybe should have been done there.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Sarah's shot's a little bit better, moving the ball at least out into the table away from a rail.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, being in the middle of the table is not necessarily ideal if they're just going to leave you long again.
Ooh, almost got that little crossover action.
Where the 6 comes in front of it. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that would have been dirty. Yeah, she's not even marking a pocket, so she's. We're just gonna. We're just gonna. What was the game we were talking about? Bulk line. We're just gonna nurse the balls along the rail. See, now the 8-ball's getting somewhere where it's a lot more pocketable. Start to get more to one side. And they're in a position where they can't really hit this. Oh, she missed it.
Oh, what a way to end it. Oh, so anticlimactic. Such
Yeah.
a fun match.
Yeah, now we can go back to
Shoot that 6.
shoot the 6.
Shoot the 6.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, we could have ended up with the same situation, thin shot, missing
But,
it.
but it wasn't that hard.
It's also one of those things where it's an experience thing where, because you see a lot of players where the cut's not that hard
Yeah,
and they bank the ball.
yeah,
Like, I've had to, like, kind of slap that out of a few of my players. I'm like, no, cut the ball. It goes.
yeah. Why are you scared? Why are you scared of this cut?
They're scared of the side. And usually it's because they're scared of the side pocket. I'm like, actually, you're more likely to scratch in the side shooting the bank than you are cutting that ball.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care. Regardless, that was a great match.
That was a lot of fun to watch.
Gonna be a little disappointing for Lucky Charms
Yeah.
there, especially hanging an 8-ball up in the first 2 racks.
It could have been
Yeah, that's the
over
thing.
the other way.
Yep.
Early on.
Well, congratulations to both teams. Team On It gonna go play the final
At some point.
at some point if we ever get to it, and Lucky Charms finishing third, tying third for fourth third. So tying for third, I guess. I know it's third through fourth. I think because they finished first, they should get third. The other team gets fourth. Whoever
Well,
gets
the other team stayed in longer.
whoever. Oh, there's an argument. Well, we're in longer. You rushed the finish line. I don't.
No.
All right. Well, there is a match on table 5. I'm going to point the camera over there, but I don't know what's going on, which is a quarterfinal match from what I understand.
So we're trapped here.
Yeah. So my understanding is there's still another semifinal to be played and then the final. So I'm going to mute it up here and go figure out what's going on. I'm pretty sure we're playing this all the way through tonight. If you're still out there, I appreciate you. Keep hanging out. And I'll be back here in a minute.